What's going on, guys? This is Dr. Chris here, and I'm here with another Pokemon Showdown replay. This one I don't really have a topic to talk about, but I do have a pretty hilarious battle. Now, this one is, well, as you can see, I'm the one on the other side, and I wanted to mess around using a Larvesta, because I've heard and seen numerous good things about it. Let's just get right started, and I'll get into what Larvesta does, essentially. Larvesta is a phenomenal Pokemon, and this sounds weird. Some of you have seen, I forget who made the RMT, talking about how Larvesta is legendary, to say the least. And I mean that when I say to say the least. Larvesta is a champion, and as you can see here, I just double into it on the Ferrothorn switch in. And then I can U-turn out on the Diancie, because, you know, swag. Did I just say that? Oh, I'm just gonna murder myself, I'll be right back. I'll actually put that off until the end of the battle, but, go to Metagross here, missed the Meteor Mash, and I was honestly considering going for a Hammer Arm here, because I knew it was probably Scarfed, and, I wanted to get the Hammer Arm on the Ferrothorn, and I didn't want to take all the damage, but I realized, you know what, I'll just Meteor Mash anyway, and then I can just Hammer Arm next turn. So, I mean, no reason to really predict that, because I don't think Hammer Arm would have killed without prior damage, to be honest. So, now I am just gonna let my Metagross die, because I cannot let this Volcarona set up to +1. As you can see, my team is incredibly Volcarona weak. Like, I just get annihilated by it. So I've made a couple necessary changes. I kind of bluff Rock Slide here. He could have entirely set up on me. I forget if I had Toxic. I had something strange on it at this point. I've changed it to Rock Slide now, though. And I'm just going to use this Latios pretty much, I don't want to say as a death fodder, but it's still a decent switch in his Keldeo, because he's shown leftovers. He's shown it is Subcommon, so it's a decent answer to it. And now, if you're paying attention, it's getting pretty close to Larvesta kind of taking a shit on him. And, pretty much what this Larvesta does is it never gets to a KO by Metagross, which is phenomenal on its own. Computer's about to die. That's not good. Apologize for that. So it doesn't get to a KO by Metagross. It has like a 2 or 3% chance to get to a KO by Bisharp, which is ridiculous. It has Flame Body, which, boom, right there, Flame Body on the Landorus on the predicted U-turn. I literally went into it just for that. I just wanted the Flame Body hacks on him. And this guy was pretty cool. Me and him talked during the battle, and he seemed like he knew what he was doing. But granted, this was low ladder. This was like one of my first ults on this, or one of my first battles on this ult. And I think he was 0-0 at the time anyway, so I'm able to get up my rocks here, and I'm just going to slack off in case he wants to defog in turn. I'll be able to beat his Latios one-on-one, and I'll be able to keep going for Stealth Rocks, because I have more Stealth Rocks than he has defogs. And I needed to win that speed tie, or I just lost the game, because I need those rocks up for his Volcarona, or else I just get 6-0'd by it. It's pretty bad, pretty embarrassing. Here I'm just going to make the really obvious plan and go into my Ferrothorn. And I kind of wanted to, I don't know, in theory I could have, pause it. Start out the bright red, I hate that color, but that's what this Demon Showdown does. I think in hindsight, I probably just could have sacked my Latios, because I don't need it really for anything, because that Scarfed Fat thing. Oh no, you know what that was for? I wanted to save that because I wanted to get the Psyshock on the Volcarona. So it wasn't for no reason I did that. I really wanted to save that, so I just made the basic bitch play of going into Ferrothorn on the Diancie. As now I predict him to go into Volcarona, so I am going to go for the Leech Seed, and then I can follow it up with a knockoff. And this is the play of the match right here. I'm going to go for... He goes for Quiver Dance, as I go for the knockoff. And that does just enough to the point where Leech Seed will... Okay, so basically, is there any way I can redo that turn? No. So, that puts him to the point where Leech Seed, plus another Leech Seed, will be able to knock him out. Or rather, the Leech Seed and then the knockoff. I don't know. But it put him to the point where he would die the next turn. And that's the play of the match here, because I know he knows I have Rotom. again, it was like an obvious play on my part. I thought that was incredibly obvious, but I guess not. That I have the Rotom, and in turn he's not going to, and I don't want to miss the risk of the Flame Body, so I just go for Leech Seed again. In theory, I could have just gotten fucked up because, his, what's it called, his Volk had, his Volk could have lived. I'm glad it didn't. I could have just fucked up, like, really bad by going for another Leech Seed instead of just attacking it. But basically, I thought it was really obvious that I was going to stay in on the Giga Drain. So I almost wanted to go into Rotom for that reason alone, or just sack Lot. Or like, I don't know, I just thought that was way too obvious to stay in on the predicted Giga Drain. But either way, I know Larvesta didn't really do anything this match, but I got the nice burn on the Landorus so that I officially would be able to win with my Ferrothorn, because he had no way of killing it in that case. Even if it wasn't burnt though. But honestly, Larvesta is a phenomenal Pokemon. It handles so many physical attackers in the tier. It's honestly pretty ridiculous. Things like Bisharp and Metagross that people have and do consider ban-worthy. Not as much Bisharp, but Metagross is more questionable mon to have an OU, in my opinion, and a lot of other people share that opinion. And Larvesta handles it like a champion. So, if I have any more replays with this team right here, I'm definitely going to upload them, because this team is so much fun to use. I think that Larvesta honestly might, I hope it rises in usage, and might become OU. Well, okay, not OU, necessarily. And I'm not sure how the tiering works, like if it's used a little bit in OU, like if it's up to like the, I don't know, maybe 80th used Pokemon in OU or something like that. I don't know if that moves it up to like RU or if that keeps it in Little Cup. I'm not sure how that would work out. But anyway, if you guys enjoyed this battle, make sure you give it a thumb up, the butt. Leave a comment for anything you want to see next, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.